everybody. It's Sports Inside the Box with Nate Miller. Happy Valentine's Day. I know this video is going up on Saturday, but I'm actually doing this video the day before, so it's still Valentine's Day. So, happy Valentine's Day to all of you, wherever you may be. Single, in a relationship, what have you, just happy Valentine's Day. Married, forgot to mention the married people. But yeah. For those that watched last week's show, I talked about going to a hockey game with my significant other, my girlfriend Laurie. We did that. We went to a Dallas Stars game. They played the Minnesota Wild. Unfortunately, they lost 3-2, but we had a great time. We had a really good time. It was her first hockey game, my third NHL game, at least. Been to a few other minor league games, but yeah, for those wondering, we had a great time. And kind of a funny story, before I get into the main topic, kind of a funny story. When we first got there, I left my keys and my phone at the security checkpoint on the first floor. Had tickets stored inside the phone, so we already did that and whatnot. But then it came time for security to search us, and so we had to put our keys and our phones and whatnot inside the little buckets that they have there. And I got through okay. I felt foolish when I got up there. I left my phone at the security checkpoint. And I had to go all the way back. Thankfully, there was an elevator. With my CP, stairs aren't really the best. My best friend. So we had to. I missed the first 5, maybe 6 minutes of the game. Thankfully, nobody scored. So I didn't really miss a whole lot. But it was just kind of a funny story. And had to walk a long ways to get to guest services, which is where the phone and keys were, and got there fine and got up to my seat to join my girlfriend, and we had a great time. So, for those that watched last week's show, I just kind of wanted to give you an update on how that all went, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we hope to do it again soon. So, all right. So I talked a little bit about hockey on last week's show. I'm going to switch it back to baseball now. Pitchers and catchers reported to spring training less than 72 hours ago for every team. For every team, they reported, and everybody reports less than a week from now. Spring training games start really soon too. The Texas Rangers home opener is March 28th. Against the St. Louis Cardinals. So yeah, everything is coming fast. And it's a good thing. It really is a good thing because the sport needs something good. It really does. The sport of baseball is kind of under a cloud right now. It's under a cloud. It's probably going to be like that for, a good part of the season. I hate to say it, but it's probably going to be like that for a while. For those that, still don't know, the Houston Astros were exposed for cheating in the 2017 season. They used trash cans to alert the hitters of what pitches were coming. They were wearing buzzers under their uniforms that would buzz when a certain type of pitch was coming. And they got caught. The investigation is finished. The former Astros manager, A.J. Hinch, and their former GM, Jeff Lunau, both were suspended promptly and then were later fired. They were suspended by Major League Baseball and then fired by the Astros. So they're basically out for the year. AJ Hinch may get another job in baseball after this year. He hopes to manage, and so we'll just see. We'll see what's in store for all of these guys. And yesterday, Jim Crane, their owner, and Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman, a couple of the Astros players, issued apologies, but a lot of people just aren't buying these apologies. First of all, like, they think Major League Baseball has done wrong by offering these players, mind you, immunity. They punished, the front office staff, some of them, but they don't really seem to be doing a lot to punish the players when the players were in fact the ones doing it. They expressed remorse and regret, but a lot of people think that's just for the cameras. And if you go online and watch these apologies that were made yesterday by Jim Crane, Altuve, and Bregman, they just seem kind of forced, insincere. They like at least Jim Crane said that the whole cheating scandal had no effect or impact on the game. Like, if it had no impact, why do it? Why do it and risk however many suspensions, however many firings, and just countless amounts of humiliation that are going to come your way? Why risk it? Seriously, just why? And honestly, the whole team should have apologized. Not just these guys who are, these guys are franchise players. So it's good that they apologize, but why not the whole team? Why not have the whole team there, at least? As far as I know, it was just these two guys that were there. And so I'm just kind of wondering what the deal is and why suspensions haven't been handed down to the players, at least. They're, like I said earlier, their GM and their field manager both got their punishments. They're both starting to serve them. And then after this year, they're both going to have to look for new jobs. But, yeah, and as a matter of fact, Lunau and Hinch can't even go into any type of professional baseball stadium, whether it be major leagues or minor leagues. They can't do it. So it's good that spring training is starting, because we need something positive to talk about. This whole thing has been going on for months now. The entire off season basically was spent talking about this, and frankly, I think everybody's just a little tired of it. It happened. It was bad that it happened. Don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of like social media. Like, social media is a great thing, but lately, like, it seems like we're the past number of years, there's just been a lot of negativity on it, a lot of political negativity, and a lot of negativity in general. And every now and then, you just need to think about and focus on something positive, even if it's just for 15 minutes. So, and it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard to watch a Houston Astros game this year, because the announcers are going to want to talk about it, and they've probably been instructed to pull back a lot, but it's going to come up on the air eventually. Whether it's for 5 minutes, half an inning, 2 innings, whatever it is. It's just going to be it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be very frustrating. And it's frustrating now. Frustrating now that we even have to talk about it. And the entire Astros organization has to know what a distraction this was going to be if it got out. If the players were scared that they would get caught, they didn't show it. I would be scared. AJ Hinch, at least, I saw quite a lengthy interview that he gave on MLB Network. He said he was aware of it. He wasn't in favor of it. He actually destroyed some of the equipment that was being used to kind of enhance this cheating scandal, as they're calling it. But he said he wishes that he had done more to punish these guys. I'm like, you could have done that all along. You are the manager. Threaten guys with suspensions. Cut them from the team. Do whatever you have to. And he didn't. I mean, I like the guy. I like AJ Hinch. I like him. That was a good interview, by the way. But it was just, there's definitely more that he could have done and should have done, frankly. He's regretful, I know, but he could have done so much more. He could have stopped it. He said, hey guys, don't do this. I mean, we have a good team, and they did. They had a great roster. They could have won the World Series even without this whole cheating scandal. I mean, they had players like Altuve and Bregman, and pitching that was just unbelievable. And they still felt that they had to cheat. Why? And now other members that were a part of the coaching staff who have gone on to, they had gone on to other jobs since then. They've lost, at least Carlos Beltran has lost his job as the Mets manager, of which he was just hired this offseason. So before he even got to manage a game, he was out. And I don't know if the Mets have a new manager in place or not, but the Astros do. That was one thing I needed to bring up. Dusty Baker, he's been hired as the new Houston Astros manager, and I'm happy for him. I really am. This will be very interesting to see how he does with the DH. This is the first time in his career that he has managed a team in the American League. First time he has had constant access to the DH, and he's going to like it. I really think he's going to like it, and it's just going to be a nice year for him, and hopefully a year of change for the Houston Astros. They need it. We all need it in baseball, and it's just, yeah. I hate talking about this. I really do. But it needs to be talked about. Not to a great extent, because frankly it's exhausting. Like I said, you just want to be able to talk about something good, no matter what it is. Whether it's a 20-year-old kid who has a great fastball and a great slider. Talk about that rather than what other guys are doing to basically cheat the game and and just kind of defame it a little bit. So it's just unbelievable, and hopefully measures have been taken to put a stop to it, like no iPads in the dugout, and no buzzers, and no trash cans. So, all right. So, that's this week's edition of Inside the Box, Sports Inside the Box with Nate Miller. hope you have a good Valentine's Day, and we will talk again next week. So long.